Taylor.
And I'm Amber Frost, Packaging Cosplay, and today we're back at you guys with Hunter x Hunter episode 92. Well, the king is born and damn! He is badass! So he is cruel. Doesn't give a shit about his own people, anyone basically.
No.
And I love watching him because it's just so gory, freakish, awesome.
He's too strong to care. He doesn't give a shit about the queen. He doesn't give a shit about the soldiers. He respects Nefertiti because she survived an attack from him.
You didn't die? Okay.
He walks around and bitch slaps everyone, killing them in one hit.
Yeah.
Just because they don't listen like right away, or they dare suggest otherwise, or give him advice. Like that was Nefertiti's mistake, giving him advice, one too many advice.
Yeah.
Okay, he's badass. He's not gonna be easy to destroy, and as it is, Netero, his two partners, and Knuckle and Shoot are gonna be the ones that go against him and the guards.
Yeah.
Because Gon and Killua lost against Knuckle and Shoot. We didn't get to see the fight, but it's easy to imagine what happened. Like Killua couldn't go against his instincts. He's decided also that when Gon's 30 days of no Nen are over, he's gonna leave him behind because otherwise he might. Yeah, but otherwise he might go into a battle with them and leave him for dead. So he doesn't want that to happen. Gon is not dealing with this well. He feels so down.
He's not used to lose the fight.
No, and
Well,
when it actually matters, when it matters, he's not used to losing, and there it mattered, and he feels, weak, and it's destroying him, and he has to spend 30 days without power now, so while everyone else fights, I don't have high hopes for Knuckle and Shoot if they go against the guards, so fuck, and Colt
Try to make an alliance.
Yes.
With our guys.
Because he says the queen is dying, and if she dies, everyone else is gonna fight to, make their own kingdom, and basically they're gonna spread, and it's gonna be horrible. And he loves the queen, he wants to save the queen, but
He loves his mom.
it's already happening, that the other chimeras are already talking about rebellion, and I don't think they give a shit even if the queen survives. So we'll see what happens, because I think he's meeting Netero this episode.
Well, let's just hope that if the queen survives, she can control our people.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Because the king doesn't give a shit, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But so that's where we left Hunter x Hunter last time. Let's jump in this episode and see what happens next.
Yeah, let's get into the episode, guys.
Yes, let's go. Okay, so the Colt thing. I think it's sweet. I think it goes to show that there's a reason why we followed them through this all, as we were following Gon and Killua and Kite, we also followed Colt and the others, because we discussed before the fact that, they have a human side inside of them, which gives them emotions, feelings, and there's also the power, not the power struggle, but the difference between humans and chimeras, how they are viewed by humans, how they also feel compared to humans, because they have a human side. They were born from humans, if you think about it, so they do feel all these connections, and they are still being seen as enemies, as creatures, and they do eat humans, but at the same time, you said it yourself, they were asked to do it, that's what they eat, that's what they have to do,
It's their nature, but the thing that is so conflicting, is because they just admit that they remember their past life as humans.
But they couldn't go against the queen.
Their name, so how difficult it must have been for maybe some of them to go against the thing that you remember that you used to be.
But at the same time, their instinct is also to answer to the queen's orders. So we know that Colt reacted here and there when he saw his mom, or when
we knew that the innocence of children would have mattered someday.
But to see Colt, lose his mom in this way, the queen, it must have hurt. But then all the humans' emotion, all the human emotions inside of him poured out, and you have these guys around, that can connect with this feeling, that they can connect with this emotion that he and this grief that he's going through. You add to that the fact that Knuckle and his master are softies, you know, and they already care about creatures, you know.
It's
over.
It's okay.
It's over. So and Colt now will have this small part of the queen, which is so surprising. But yeah, so there was still a living being in there.
Do you think that this living being might be the next queen? Because if you remember correctly how the hierarchy used to be, the queen birthed the king and she needs to birth the next queen and they're gonna
No,
you sure?
He's gonna find himself a new queen and start his own thing.
Okay, so who that thing is?
I mean,
who is that thing?
She birthed twins, I guess. It's just that the king has a smaller
Miriam
twin.
took everything?
Sometimes you have that, like if they are actually, you know, twins and stuff, sometimes you have that. You'll have a stronger baby and a weaker one. It can happen, at least in TV shows I know it can happen, so...
An anime that
in a power,
often.
and when you have a fantastic or supernatural story with a woman who gets, you know, two babies, twins, and both of them have powers, sometimes one will be more powerful than the other because he kind of sapped all the power. Fucking Blue Exorcist did that.
Mm-hmm.
So it could happen. It could be that. And the thing is much more human and very small. So I don't know if it's just for Colt that it exists. Like, it's going to be there to give Colt, like, a closure, something that he can focus on now and move on and take care of that baby.
Something bigger for later in the arc.
Like, does that baby have, like, in him or in her, I don't know, the power to destroy the king one day? I don't know. But at the moment, it's awfully small and awfully little and weak,
Because
so...
Maybe that baby just, like you said, since they are twins, maybe Colt took everything, all the power,
the king, you mean?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Meruem.
Meruem, thank you.
Maybe Meruem took everything, all the power, all the strength, and what was left was just the humanity in that small child. You know?
Humanity?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of humanity then, because there's a lot of humans in that baby.
know?
But yeah, I mean, we will see where they take it, because it depends on how much time passes and how fast this baby grows up. Maybe we won't see Colt again, you know?
Maybe.
But now we need to focus on the fact that they are inside the palace, and they are surrounded. Like, there are chimeras around, and we just saw Kite. So what does that mean? Like, did Neferpito leave Kite behind?
Well,
or is she still around? No, she's not.
She's still around. She's with the king and the other guard. But from what we understood, she healed Kite's body.
Yeah, but he's still being controlled.
He was dead. So he's controlled by her nan abilities.
So she can leave that behind and it still works.
Yeah.
And then he gets like,
so
we'll have to fight Kite.
Zombie Kite, yeah. He's alive but not alive.
We didn't want that to happen, but we knew it was going to happen. It's just, I'm surprised that she can just leave that thing working and be gone.
That's a really powerful ability.
It's a very powerful ability. We don't understand yet how she managed it and how it works, but if Kite is around and we face him, we might learn a bit more about the ability, but...
Maybe the ability is to heal something or just give
life back to an inanimate
give life
thing.
back, but at a price. Because Kite's mentality wasn't there.
No, he's not there.
If you saw his eyes, he wasn't there.
We could be surprised, but like, I don't... They have such a great opportunity to just have our main characters fight Kite that... Yeah,
Well, technically gone. Kite is alive. Technically.
Gon is gonna be gone for 30 days.
No pun
training.
intended.
No pun intended. Maybe he will manage to convince Kidwa to stay around, but these two, I love how, I mean, it's gone. We should have expected him to get back on his feet as fast as he did.
After 30 seconds, yeah.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
He had, but I can respect that. I can respect someone who's like, you know, he's feeling the grief, he's feeling down, he knows he lost, but then he cannot afford to lose himself.
He doesn't have
right
time
now
to be a wreck. He needs to get back up and train and become stronger.
That's the thing. Like, if he doesn't enjoy his situation right now, he needs to become stronger in order to not be in this situation again. Those are the best types of shonen main characters, you know, the ones that don't stay down for long. Sometimes it takes a friend to, you know, push them and bring them back up, but other times they manage to do it themselves. Like in fucking Bleach, Ichigo had to be brought back every single time he lost a fight, and it happened.
Oh yeah.
And people would do it for him, but in Naruto would do it on his own. So yeah, both works. In this case, I'm not surprised because it's in Gon's nature to aim for a higher point every time he gets beat down. So, but I'm glad we still had that moment of, and Kirua's not the same, so Kirua might still be feeling down. So we will see what happens. I don't think Gon is gonna let him leave, but we will see what happens. And now like people are getting killed left and right.
Regarding Netero and his oncoming fight with the king, I really hope that experience will surpass raw strength.
He saw that as a challenge. Like it's not going to be easy, but at the same time, he's one of the only ones who can probably do something right now. It's his job. He has to do something, even though he's not strong enough. He will have to try. I think that because he's not strong enough, that's why he went to speak to his associate, who we don't know, who that is. Someone else that's very strong. I'd really love for it to be Jing at one point. Like, I kind of like this guy to be in the show, but
he's one of the 5 best name users, so maybe him or the other
4.
The other 3.
Well, Netero is
one of the 5,
I
guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jin and 3 others. So
it could be like someone else that we know, someone from I don't know. Or we will meet a new character, someone who is equally as badass, and someone who will, give us a great fight when comes the time to take down the king and his guards.
Yes.
The only thing we can say right now is that most of them have, spread, and they're gonna start eating, and they're gonna start, killing and getting stronger and making babies.
Yeah. So now we know what we're gonna watch for 15 next episode, guys.
What?
Our characters going worldwide fighting cameras and taking them down.
I mean, this could go both ways. Like, it could be an open ending, as in, now we know that they're out there and that people will have to take care of them. Or they will take the time to have us see every one of them get killed. Could be both. Could be like some of them we will see and some others we will just assume that they are out there spreading, and it's just how life works because they are beasts. They are part of this world. And they have to reproduce like any other insect or living thing or humans, so they will do their thing, and life will find a way. It's the circle of life. It's disturbing. It's disturbing, but spoiler alert if you haven't seen the second Jurassic World, but that's how Jurassic World 2 ends.
Yeah.
So it's not a good ending, but that's how it ended. So
it's like Jurassic Park 2 or 3 ended too, right?
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's true. We open the possibility of them doing their thing because they exist. We see them as enemies because they kill humans and stuff, but like you said, it's their nature. Like we don't kill, we don't kill lions and tigers and stuff because they eat meat. If there was a tiger that going wild on a village and killing people, we would kill it because like it's killing people, then it's dangerous, but we couldn't blame the tiger for eating meat, So yeah, it's a very complex, those creatures are very complex creatures. And we discussed them before, how their place in the world, what their place in the world is.
What's technically more complex? It's because since we follow the story through the hunter's eyes and not the camera's hands eyes, for us, the camera hands are the enemy and that needs to be taken down. But if we were reverse, we wouldn't be thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
If they will be the one that we follow and they're being hunted down by people, we will cheer for them to succeed.
Well, kind of like Colt going to talk to Netero and the other two. Like, we didn't want him to die. I didn't want him to die.
We didn't want him to die since the beginning.
So if we did not want Colt to die, and we didn't want anyone to die, but like if you don't want a character to die, you kind of root for him a little bit, Yeah. You root for him to survive. That's the only reason why I felt sad during the Queen's death, because Colt was suffering, and I was like, poor baby. But then, she... And yet she can't be blamed either, because especially the Queen, like, she's the previous generation. Like, she doesn't have... Well, maybe she has a little human somewhere in her a
She
little
wouldn't be
human
that
DNA.
good if she didn't have.
Yeah, but she's not as human.
I think.
She's not as human as her children. So her instincts are animal based. You know, they're driven by her what she was born to do, which was to birth the king. So that's what she did. That made a lot of sense. So we can't really blame her. It's just that she started this whole fuck show.
Yeah.
So I mean, our emotions are still there. You know, it's impossible for us to be okay with her being alive and doing her thing, but our brains can understand why she did it, and we can still suffer for Colt. So
I find it really ironic though that the king's name means like light and hope and something like
but
that.
like you said, like if we had seen this story from the Chimera's point of view, we would probably see him the same way.
Yeah.
He's supposed to change things for Chimeras. He's supposed to start a new era for them all because they've been alone and living in darkness. Like, remember the first time we saw the queen? We don't know how she ended up there, but we saw her like alone, abandoned, weak in a cave. Maybe she was betrayed. Maybe she was thrown out there, and I mean, she had no chance at life, and then she had to fight so they could have a chance, and that's the chance right there. He's been born. He has a baby brother or sister, but he's there doing his thing. In any case, it's gonna get better and better, I guess, because like this arc so far, I do prefer Kurapika's arc because I love Kurapika, but this is like this has been a violent, dark, and complex arc. Very complex. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah.
I'm ready for the next part.
Me too. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out if you want. The link is in the description.
Yep, and if you don't, you can wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week. So we're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye.